Hey everyone, and welcome to the VitaCast, episode 59. I'm your host, Tyler Althoff, and with me as usual is Kyle Wakeling.
Are you sure I'm with you, Tyler? Or am I just here?
You're here. Well, I mean, it'd be weird if you were in my room, because I'm not wearing any pants.
Damn it, Tyler, I told you a million times. Pants for the podcast.
It's feeling like a pantless podcast today.
I don't want to hear about how the wind goes through your britches and all this stuff, Tyler. Just put some pants on.
I'm not standing up. I'm sitting in my bed recording this cast.
You're sitting
pantless.
in your bed with no pants on. Okay, now I'm getting scared.
Why don't you come join me, Kyle?
No, Tyler. I think I might put extra pants on just in case.
You know what they say if you double up?
No, what do they say if you double up?
It breaks.
I'm gonna break my pants?
Oh, we're still talking about pants?
Yes. There was no innuendo there, Tyler. Whatever you were reading into, I was still talking about pants.
Oh, man. Alright.
Tyler always going left field.
Alright, speaking about what we put in our pants, our Vitas sometimes go in our pants, right?
My back pocket maybe, but I don't think it would fit anywhere else.
Alright, that's probably true. Unless you have the slim.
Nope.
Which both of us don't. So anyways.
Fuck the slim. No, I mean. They're nice,
hey, they're not
but
too bad.
I don't want one.
Yeah. Anyways, those Vitas. What have we been playing? I've been playing some stuff. And now I gotta think of it. Oh. Freedom Wars, of course. I just got the Platinum Trophy. Feels good. And now I need to get down to 0 years in my sentence, and Kyle and I are going to do that tonight, hopefully, if I'm not dead after this podcast. What else? Oh, Destiny of Spirits. I've been trying to play a little bit more of that because it's been sitting on my trophy list, and I'm like, ugh. And I'm actually starting to like it a little bit. I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but it's a nice time killer that is free to play, so why the flip not? So getting some trophies on that, and pushing through a little bit. What else did I play? Oh god, what was it called? Atelier Aisha or whatever, plus that one. Oh my god, why can't I think of the full name? They're always so long. Anyways, that one game. I played that a little bit. And I also played a little bit more of WRC 4. I'm doing a lot of trophy cleanup. I got the Platinum Trophy for Freedom Wars, and now I'm like, what else can I get trophies for? So I've been doing a lot of that lately. I need to play Sword Art Online more. I got this like craving to push through a ton of Sword Art Online, but I've been so busy with everything else, so that's probably going to see some play this later in the week, so you'll hear that next week in the podcast. If not, then I'm slacking and Kyle can slap me. But anyways, speaking of Kyle, what have you been playing?
Well, Tyler, first of all, I'm just going to let you know I ain't touching you with no pants on, so you better put pants on if you want me to smack you.
Well, I'm not going to change for you, Kyle.
Damn it, Tyler.
I do what I want.
Apparently. Yeah, but moving back to my games I've been playing, I guess. I've been all over the map. So I've been playing kind of everything and anything I can get my hands on. I put a little time into Akiba's Trip. Played actually a little Sword Art Online. I played Freedom Wars, of course. Trying to get to the Platinum Trophy. I'm only a couple trophies away now, so not too far behind Tyler, even though he had a head start.
Hey.
No, that's mostly thanks to him helping, but yeah. I did grind a whole lot the last couple days.
Yeah, that's true. You are doing pretty good.
Well, I think I have 50 hours into it on the game clock or whatever, so that's not too bad.
Nice.
And what else have I been playing? Played a little Joe Danger, the first one, not the second one. Played some Hatsune Miku Project Diva F. I'm trying to kind of get through at least one difficulty level to kind of get through all the songs and see what's up with that, because I'm looking back at my 2014 games and trying to maybe make a little video of what I thought was awesome. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now, but I'm sure there's more. like Tyler usually does, I'll just pop in through the podcast and, add my extra list of games because I know there's more.
Yeah, there always is. And Joe Danger 2 is one of them. I forgot I played that. Oh, man. Yeah. Anyways, so whenever you just say a random game, then I can laugh and be like, yes, finally, Kyle's part of it. All right. Well, there's a few games here that we need to talk about that were reviewed this week. So, Kyle, what did we review?
All right. Well, we've got 4 reviews up this week, so quite a busy review week, it looks like. Yeah, let's jump in. So the first review up is Whoa Dave, which was reviewed by Paul, and he gave it a 3 out of 5, and he says, quote, "Whilst it doesn't look like very much, there is something very charming and ultimately quite addictive here. It won't last you forever, and it's incredibly frustrating, but if it catches you, you won't be able to stop, at least for a little while," end quote. So, looks like he found Whoa Dave kind of not so pleasing to the eye, but addictive to play. So, if you're looking for an addictive game, maybe that's what you'd choose. Have you played this one, Tyler?
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. I tried to make a video, but then it got copyrighted, so I just deleted it. I was like, but other than that, I didn't play too much of it. It's just not something for me. It's repetitive, and I don't know. It just doesn't resonate with me, really.
Yeah, same here. I tagged it, but I don't think I'll ever be downloading it. There's just so much that I'm like, oh, I gotta play, that I don't think I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, well, moving on to a game I did play, because this is one of my reviews, Tales of Hearts R. So, I finally got to the end of Tales of Hearts R, thank God, and pushed out a review here. So, I gave it a 3.1 out of 5, and I said, quote, "Tales of Hearts R is a game that rarely steps outside its tropes, however does what it's trying to do with a certain amount of success. While you won't find many unique ideas or a shiny polish here, you will find a competent role-playing title that offers mild fun and challenge. Whether that's enough to justify a purchase or playthrough is up to you." So, if you can't tell, I didn't quite enjoy myself as much as I thought I would. The game was... There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that there's nothing right with it that's extraordinary. I mean, it kind of just feels like a very generic RPG to me, and if that's your thing, that's the perfect example right there. So, I mean, jump in and you're gonna have tons of fun. But for me, I like a little story. I like some uniqueness. I like some character development that isn't all sarcasm. So, it just kind of didn't work for me, and I don't know, I couldn't enjoy it all that extra much. So, if you're looking for a role-playing game, maybe that's for you, maybe it isn't. I'd maybe take a look at my review first. Have you played this one, Tyler? I think you have, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I like it more than you do, but I'm still really early in, so I'm not going to say that my opinion could, or I will say, my opinion could change later on. So, I mean, I'm still liking it, though.
What would you give it if you had to give it a score right now?
Right now, oh man, it's really difficult because I'm really, really early into it, but I would go high 3s. Wait, what did you give it at 3.1,
Yeah.
right? I'll probably go like right under a 4, like a 3.8, 3.9.
I see.
But
I
I'm
see.
still early.
Well, wait till you get a little farther and maybe I'll ask you that question again. See what you think.
All right. Well, I'll get back to you on that.
All right, sounds good. So, moving on with the reviews from the week, we have Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition, which was reviewed by Charlie. And he also gave it a 3.1 out of 5. And he says, quote, "Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition is a game that is definitely stuck in the past. With a crude and crass lead character that definitely does feel out of place in the 21st century, the saving grace for this title is that the level design and gameplay will keep you hooked. With multiplayer to boot, Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition is a game that is best enjoyed with the sound switched off. End quote. So, looks like Charlie had fun, but found the character maybe kind of misogynistic. Personally, that's not how it came across to me, because I can see how it's kind of a throwback parody character. Duke Nukem was obviously never supposed to be, kind of a serious guy. So I can take him at his face value, I guess, when he's being a misogynistic prick. So personally, I'd rate that a little higher, but not too much higher, maybe a 3.5, maybe tending towards a 4, but that's just me. And I'm sure Charlie feels good about his score, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with that anyway. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good score. I might have given it a little higher myself because I really enjoyed it, but I think the multiplayer is where it shines, because running around with friends, you're just laughing and having a great time. So
yeah, definitely the co-op. We had some crazy fun with that.
Which we need to play some more soon.
Definitely. Let's beat this Freedom Wars, and then we'll have more time for more games, Tyler.
I know. Hey, I've already beaten it.
Yeah, I know, but you're looking to get to 0.
That's true. So I want to get the special.
That's you beating it.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll get there tonight.
Hopefully. All right. Moving on to the last review of the week, we have Joe Danger 2, the movie, which was reviewed by Liam, and he gave it a 4.3 out of 5, the highest rated game of the week. And he says, quote, Joe Danger 2 continues to offer the great gameplay that the original game did when it launched on Vita last year. For those who enjoyed the original game when it launched as a PlayStation Plus title, Joe Danger 2 is the perfect sequel for you. If you've yet to jump on the Joe Danger bandwagon, then this is certainly a fantastic place to start. Joe Danger 2 is without a doubt one of 2015's first must-owns for Vita. End quote. So it looks like Liam is heavily enjoying Joe Danger 2. I'm kind of enjoying Joe Danger 1. What are your thoughts on that, Tyler?
So yeah, I played Joe Danger 1, but I didn't really care for it too much. But I'm playing a little bit of Joe Danger 2, and again, it's kind of just whatever to me. Like, I feel like it's a little better than the first one, but there's just so many games, and it's not high on the list, so maybe I'll give it some more time when I'm bored. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of just feels like Urban Trial Freestyle to me, with, some cartoony characters. So, yeah. Well, it's kind of fun. It feels like I've been there, done that, and like by now I'd kind of rather play something else.
Yeah. I gotcha.
That's just me, though. I know there's probably some Joe Danger 2 fans that are out there that are like, boo, Kyle sucks. And to them, I say, bring it on. No, I'm kidding. Anywho. So yeah, that's the reviews from the last 2 weeks.
Cool. All right, well, let's bring it on to those new releases. So, whoever does it, the new releases this week, take it away. Hey everyone, Tyler here. We're going to bring you those new releases. So both Europe and North America are getting the same games, and that would be Citizens of Earth, which is cross-buy with the PlayStation 4 in Europe only, I believe, and Best of Arcade Games, which is free, but you have to download or pay for each game individually, which is kind of ridiculous. It works out to be like $40, but you'll hear about that later in the podcast. So, yeah. Enjoy. There's your new releases. Back to the podcast. All right. Thank you for those new releases. Kyle, I have a feeling you're not getting either of these, but by chance, are you getting either of these?
I'm not. Yeah, Best of Arcade Games, I mean, it's free, but you have to pay $10 for each of the modules. So that's a $40 game if you complete it. No thanks. I'm cool.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not like the actual versions. Like, it's Tetraminos, not Tetris. So, like, I mean, I don't know. I just can't justify that price, so I won't be buying it.
Yeah.
And I'm not that type of RPG fan, so I probably won't be playing Citizens of Earth. As awesome as Atlas is for bringing it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting, but like I said earlier about Joe Danger 2, there's just so many games right now that it's not on my top priority list. So,
Makes sense.
I mean, if there's like 0 games for me to play right now, I'd be like, I'm buying it. It's something to play. But I've literally got like 10 games sitting in my Vita's case right now that I haven't even gotten past 25% completed the game. Like, that's sad and awesome at the same time that there's that many games on the Vita and people just are oblivious to that fact. But yeah, that's another story.
Another story entirely.
All right, well, let's get on to those news pieces. We got a few this week, so let's jump right in. First up, Konami's baseball series headed to Japanese Vitas in the spring. Highly popular in Japan, Pro Yakuza Spirits 2015 will be headed in Japan as revealed in Japanese republication Famitsu. While details are scarce at present, the game will use 3D scans for players and manager faces, which is the first for the series. Also included is a mode named Live Pro Spirits, which synchronizes real-life baseball games with the game, which synchronize with the game 3 hours after a match ends in real life. Next up, Famitsu this week has brand new details on Senran Kagura, Estival Versus, Dressing Room, and Costume Destruction. Costumes from Shinobi Versus will make a reappearance with updates in Estival Versus, alongside many new Summer Light costumes. You can take pictures of up to 5 characters together in your favorite costumes and poses too. In addition to rub and tear, whisk, pinch, and pull interface actions have also been added. It appears Costume Destruction has further evolved. As you battle, your character's clothes will tear little by little, and now it's possible to destroy your costume entirely with a Puro finish. There's no icon to hide the character's chest this time, but rather a mysterious light that appears instead. I'm always excited,
Tyler.
Puro finishes are invoked under specific conditions and will let you enjoy various situations such as slipping on soap, crashing into an octopus trap, or getting caught in a cherry tree. Kyle is excited. Next. Always, especially when there's Senran Kagura news. Alright, next up, in just over a month, a new limited edition Vita and PlayStation TV will be added to the family, this time with a Yakuza Zero theme. Though the game certainly won't be available on the Vita, this Yakuza Zero themed PlayStation Vita and TV will be able to remote play the PlayStation 4 version of the game if you've got it, or switch up to the companion app, which will be available day and date with the release of the consoles. The PlayStation Vita Yakuza Zero Edition is set to debut at a price of 20,980 yen, while the PlayStation TV Value Pack Yakuza Zero Edition will be a tad cheaper at just 16,280 yen. Pre-orders for the devices are open today at 8 p.m. Japan time, and consoles will be available via the Sony Store in Japan on February 26th. For those interested in remote play, the PlayStation version of Yakuza Zero launches on March 12th. The PlayStation Vita fun doesn't stop there, though, as Japanese gamers will soon have a new set of Vita bundles to choose from. Sony announced that they will be releasing the debut pack in Japan on February 19th for 19,980 yen. And I had to burp. The new bundle will come in 3 different flavors. The first version will feature the PCH 1000 3G-capable version of the Vita in black. The second will feature the new PCH 2000 Wi-Fi version in blue and black. The last bundle will include the PCH 2000 Vita in red and black. Each bundle will include a 15-day free trial to PlayStation Plus, a protective pouch, and a 16GB memory card. This is the departure from the usual 8GB card that has been included in bundles to date. Perhaps a reason for the increased size is that the card will come with a bunch of pre-installed software. Pre-installed software includes Chain Chronicle V, or 5, Magica Wars Zanbatsu, and Monster Hunter Frontier G. There will also be some items for Phantasy Star Online 2, such as Toro Revolver, Kuro Revolver, and an A-Lancer knock weapon. There will also be a free download code for a God Eater 2 Rage Burst theme. Why do they get all the awesome stuff?
I agree. Alright, moving on. Hotline Miami 2 is set to launch real soon, and with its impending launch, the game is currently going through certification. With various classification boards throughout the regions it's set to launch in, but the Australian Classification Board have now refused to give the game a rating. So without a rating from the Australian Classification Board, it is illegal for the game to be sold in Australian territories. But why is the game being refused classification? The answer lies within a scene within the game where it is implied that the character is raped, which, as many can imagine, is a touchy subject within any form of media. Not only is this scene likely to be the cause of the refusal, but the game is also ultra-violent as you play as a character who is essentially a mass murderer. At present, the only thing that the developer can do is censor the scene for the Australian version of the game or remove the scene from the game entirely. But at the time of writing, the developer has yet to speak as to what is going to happen with the game itself. Next up. Some interesting tidbits have been revealed in an interview with Dengeki Online regarding Sword Art Online. A recent interview with Japanese publication Dengeki Online has offered an insight into the development of Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment and Sword Art Online Lost Song, which is due out March 26th in Japan. A full list of revelations from the interview are as follows, including sales figures for Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment and which stories from the game will continue on in its upcoming sequel. Alrighty. So for Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, Bandai Namco listened to user feedback from Sword Art Online Infinity Moment, which led to at least 100 changes. Hollow Fragment sold a total of 450,000 units worldwide. In Japan, sales were about 280,000, in Asia 90,000, and in North America the game sold about 70,000 units. While Aquaria handled Sword Art Online Infinity Moment and Hollow Fragment, Art Dink is developing Lost Song. Art Dink was decided as developer around the time production of the second season of the anime was decided. Yasukazu once said that a Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment sequel would be made if it sold 200,000 copies. Lost Song is not a sequel, but something completely new. There was only one thing left resolved in Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, and that was the Save Straya story. Straya and Elfheim Online are bound to one another, and even if players would be happy to see her go, she can't just up and disappear from the game. Lost Song will look into these points more closely, and Yasuzaku hopes that players will ultimately be able to come around to her. Also, Bandai Namco is planning to release updates to Lost Song just as they did with Hollow Fragment post-release. The content and timing is not clear, but it will incorporate user feedback, and there will also be downloadable content such as new missions, but it will all be free. And, lastly, Yasukazu wants to continue doing Sword Art Online stuff as much as possible, both apps and consumer games alike. He jokingly adds that he'd like to make a virtual reality MMO himself, and that it would be nice if Bandai Namco could come together to advance virtual reality in its own way. For more on Sword Art Online, please stay tuned to the Vita Lounge and the Vita Cast.
Oh yeah, Sword Art Online. Whoop whoop!
Yeah, I know, I can't wait. And the revelation that it was, well, we'll be talking about this later, but number 1 in North America for 2014.
Beating Minecraft.
Yeah, I know, just kind of blows my mind, and that's completely the best thing I've heard with regards to Sword Art Online and the Vita. So, like, I mean, if it's the number 1 selling game on the system for 2014, I mean, it's digital sales only, I believe, but it's only available digitally, so, like, come on. You pretty much have to bring Lost Song over.
And make it physical.
They'd be like, wow, do we want to give away all this money that we could make? Like,
yeah.
It only makes sense.
Now let's just hope they do, like, some type of physical, like, limited edition or something here. Because
I really hope they do a physical
just
edition.
imagine, like, if Hollow Fragment sold that well digitally, like you said, imagine that. Physical.
They could probably drop a Hollow Fragment physical copy right now, and I bet you half the people that bought the digital copy would buy it.
I would.
There
you go. 2 people. Bandai. Do it.
You could totally get away with it, Bandai. If you're listening, there's an idea.
Yep.
Alright, moving on with the news. Koei Tecmo have announced that Touken Kiwami will be headed west in March, releasing in North America on the 29th of March and in Europe on the 31st of March. One of the more interesting things to note is that it will no longer be a Vita exclusive, however, as it will be a PlayStation 4 version launching in the West at the same time. A post on the PlayStation blog has outlined some of the main features present within Touken Kiwami, which are as follows. New Slayers have arrived. Touken Kiwami features both the original Touken the Age of Demons story and a brand new story of roughly the same size, following the original. The truth will finally be revealed about the origins of the Slayers and the mysterious Council of Elders. All your favorite characters from the first title return, such as Oka, Hayatori, and the other characters from the Uchitakata village, while new characters such as Raiki, Soma, and Horo make their first appearance, revealing additional depths to the story. There are new moves based on cooperation. One of the most popular features of Touken was the cooperative multiplayer mode. It allowed up to 4 players to join forces in the war against the Oni. This title strengthens the cooperative element farther with the introduction of a new and more powerful move than the Destroyer that can only be executed in cooperation with your human or NPC allies. NPC AI has also been improved for Touken Kiwami, allowing you to work with smarter and more realistic allies than ever before in the war against the Oni. There are also new mission types. Face the ultimate challenge. For those Slayers that think fighting just one Oni isn't enough, a range of new special mission types have been added. Certain Mitama and other rewards can only be acquired in these missions, and together with the collection of special materials that can only be acquired from new Oni, and which can be used to create new weapons and armor, there is a host of new features in the game. New weapons are available, such as a wide variety, that's written kind of odd. New weapons are available. A wide variety of new features have been added, from more difficult mission types to new weapon types such as the Naginata, and new battle styles. A wide variety of terrifying and deadly new Oni also appear, including the mysterious Oni of the North, Snow Flame, doubling the number of Oni from the original title. In addition, the existing Oni have been strengthened with new moves, creating incredible tension on the field of battle. And there's a new story. Kiwami takes place 3 months after the battle to prevent another awakening, where the village of Uchitakata enjoys an uneasy peace. However, that peace is suddenly rendered asunder. Hitherto unknown Oni appear from the north, ripping the defenses of the Midlands to shreds. If you're looking forward to Touken Kiwami, it will be available on 29th of March in North America and 31st of March in Europe.
Alright. Next up. Starlight Inception may have gotten off to a rocky start, but the team at Escape Hatch Entertainment is not walking away from their Kickstarter project. In fact, it appears as though they are doubling down on the game. They are not only planning ports to the other PlayStation consoles, but they are also working on a new update for the Vita as well. When... oh god, who reviewed it? Why am I blanking? Well, the person that wrote this story, when they reviewed it, the game, after its first update was released, he said that the game was great when it worked. Unfortunately, there were too many times when the game would break and ruin the experience. Another main issue was the file size for the game post-patch. The patch itself weighed at nearly 3 gigabytes, which pushed the total size to 4.7 gigabytes. That's a lot of memory to take up for a game that only worked half the time. Thankfully, this issue will be addressed in the new update, and they have managed to cut the size roughly in half. However, this entails a complete re-release of the game through Sony, which is causing its release to be slowed down. Also expected in the new update are increased rewards for patrol missions, general bug fixes, and PlayStation TV support. The hope is that the update will be ready soon, but it's unknown yet as to when we can expect it. The small team at Escape Hatch has a lot on their plate, as they've also announced their new game, Starlight Tactics, as well as developing versions of Starlight Inception for both the PS3 and PS4. Release dates for the console versions are also not known at this time, but the game has been submitted to Sony for the PS3. It will be cross-buy, so if you bought it on the Vita, you'll get it for the other consoles at no extra charge. Next up, Glowstick Games will release their horror title on Sony's handheld if they can reach their goal on Kickstarter. A new brand of horror could be making its way to everyone's favorite handheld as first-person horror exploration game Dark Deception adds PlayStation Vita to its desired list of platforms on Kickstarter. Glowstick Games are aiming for $15,000 at the time of writing this project and have currently raised $1,985 with 16 days left to go. If they successfully reach their goal, Dark Deception will also release on PC, PlayStation 4, and Wii U. The game itself will have a story arc, a variety of creepy-looking enemies, and diverse horror environments to explore. The Kickstarter page gives this intriguing description of the game. Quote, "You play as a cop on the run, fleeing from deeds you thought long buried. In desperation, you turn to the urban legend of Helen Pierce, a famous actress who vanished in 1930. Dark and disturbing rumors surrounding her disappearance at the time. Out of options and backed into a corner, your only chance is to dive headfirst into evil and hope to survive." End quote. Initially, artwork and character designs for the game are certainly eye-catching, and if the finished product contains characters as grotesque as the ones that are showcased, you can count on many a sleepless night for those who download it. You can check out the initial design stretch goals and also pledge yourself by visiting their Kickstarter page. So you probably want to go to that post and check it out. Next up, Bandai Namco Games is looking to bring us into the anime manga universe once again, as Young Jump magazine will be announcing later this week the video game adaptation of Sui Ishida's Tokyo Ghoul manga titled Tokyo Ghoul Masquerader.
Yeah!
Kyle is really excited for that one. Developed by Bandai Namco Games and supposedly falling under their role-playing and adventure genres, Tokyo Ghoul Masquerader currently has no release window or price, but we'll be sure to let you know as soon as it develops further.
Can't wait.
I want to see what it looks like.
You have to watch the anime. You really, really, really have to watch the anime, Tyler.
Yeah, I know. I watched one episode. I need to watch more, but then I'm really curious of how the game will adapt to it, but I should probably watch the anime to get a better understanding.
It's going to be badass, Tyler. It's going to be badass.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they'll bring it here?
I don't know, but either way, I'm going to play it, so I don't really care.
All right.
Not often do I say that, but this is one I'll be like, I don't care if I have to rob people down the street, I'm going to be buying this game.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho, moving on with the news. The latest issue of V-Jump magazine reveals 2 additional characters who will join Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth, and they're crossing over from Digimon World Redigitize Decode. There's a new DNA Digivolution Digimon 2. Alright, so first up we have Mirai Mikagura, voiced by Miyuki Sawashiro. She's a cool girl who has traveled to various digital worlds, and her true home is a mystery. Says, a mysterious girl who understands the truth behind the crisis approaching the digital world. She has a wide range of knowledge and provides various information to the protagonist during the story. Mirai becomes a data body, like the protagonist, by accident. She seems to be an acquaintance of Kyoko. While still shrouded in mystery, she is actually the manager of the Digilab. Mirai's partner Digimon, Angelwomon, is a vaccine type, and Lady Devimon, a virus type, can DNA digivolve. Together they combine to form Mastamon, an Angel-type Digimon with the powers of light and darkness, as well as the ability to cross space and time. The other introduced character is Rena Shinomiya, voiced by Haruka Tomatsu. She's a vivacious girl who visited from another world and conceals a strong faith within her heart. This is what it says about her. A face-to-face confrontation with Rena in the real world, join forces with Lena and friends and solve mysterious incidents. Of course, she'll participate in battle as well. Just how powerful is she? We don't know. Her partner Vmon is a Digimon with a naughty and mischievous personality. But that's just one side of him. There's also a strong sense of justice. Last up, it says, in Shiba's Tower Records, trouble and mischief are frequent occurrences. In cooperation with store clerk Riko Towa, voiced by Ayana Takatatsu, read in original Japanese format Towa Raiku, it is a play on Tower Records. Players will investigate mysterious incidents. So it looks like that's going to be the setting for the game. If you're looking forward to that, hopefully there'll be more on that game soon. And next up, DRM coming to Vita. No, not that kind. Announced for PlayStation Vita way back in early 2013, not much has been said about Death Ray Manta since its initial reveal, but now more information has been revealed as to what is going on with the game's development. Originally released on PC as an arena shooter, the PlayStation Vita version of the game is going to be somewhat different to its original counterpart. So just what will it become? In a recent blog post, Rob Fearon, lead developer of the game, has stated the game will be very much an arena shooter, but this time it will be brighter and all-around crazier game. So what will Death Ray Manta truly be? We still don't know, but we'll keep you posted on any further information as and when we get it.
Alright, next up. When Sony announced their plans for the PlayStation Now subscription plan, they said that it would be coming first to the PlayStation 4, followed by the other consoles at a later date. Now that the subscription plan has gone live, it turns out that Vita owners don't necessarily have to wait. If you have a PS4, you can now play any of the 100 available games on your Vita right now. To play the subscription games on the Vita, you must first sign up for the service on your PlayStation 4. After you choose either the 1 month or 3 month plan, you will be shown a screen featuring all the games currently available. Once you start up any game on the PlayStation 4, it will automatically be added to your My PS Now games collection in the PlayStation Now app. These games will show up in the app on your Vita under the Play History section and are able to be played. You won't have the option to browse through the catalog yet, but if you have at least started the game on the PlayStation 4, it will be available to play on the Vita as well. There's also a 7-day free trial for the service, so you can use it for a week free of charge to make sure it works for you. If you're not happy with the service, just cancel before your trial runs out. And we have an update. As Patrick noted in the comments, it turns out that you don't even need to start the game on the PlayStation 4 to access them on the Vita. After signing up for the service, all games available under the subscription will show up on PlayStation Now as playable in the All Games section. Simply select one of the games and start playing. Next up, remember that 10% PlayStation Network discount code we were promised after the issue this Christmas? It's coming this weekend. With all the issues this Christmas, including those caused by the DDoS and those caused by the large influx of users, it was no wonder that PlayStation had to prepare in response. And what a response it was. While many users may have experienced nothing, or expected nothing, what we're receiving instead is a limited time discount code and 5 days of PlayStation Plus coverage for those who had it during the issues. The 10% discount code will be available this weekend and valid towards a one-time cart purchase between 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 23rd and 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 26th. That said, some exclusions do apply, including subscriptions for PlayStation Plus, Music Unlimited, PlayStation Now, and rental video content. As for the 5 days of PlayStation Plus, it will be added to your subscription in the coming days, with an email explaining the details to follow. Next up. Have you been enjoying the recent Minecraft update? I haven't. I've been having a blast with it, whoever wrote this, but it seems that adding horses and witches and so on also brought along a few unexpected bugs and issues. Thankfully, 4J Studios have been working hard to address the issues and tweeted to say that a patch had been submitted to Sony. At 4J Studios, we've handed out the bug fix update to Sony for the final test. The fixes for the Vita version are: fixed for various redstone issues, fixed a crash when breaking an item frame containing a map, fixed a crash when a dispenser is dispensing water or lava when the dispenser is blocked, fixed for placing a boat on a harmful surface causing the game to crash, and a ton more fixes. So go check the site to see all the fixes for the Minecraft update that's coming.
You guys really know how to break Minecraft. Congrats! Alright, moving on. Yet another Dungeon Travelers title has been announced for PlayStation Vita release. According to this week's Famitsu, Aquaplus will be bringing their PSP title 2 Art 2 Dungeon Travelers to PlayStation Vita this April in Japan. Due out on April 30th for 4,800 yen, the Dungeon RPG is an enhanced port of the PlayStation Portable original with updated controls to match those of Dungeon Travelers 2 and a 3D graphical upgrade for the dungeon sections. Aside from the standard edition, there will also be a premium edition offered, including a special microfiber towel, rubber strap Konami Yuzuhara Magic User version, creation materials, and an arranged soundtrack. Pricing for the premium edition has not been announced. Good news, however, is that if you reserve either the standard or premium editions, you'll get the bonus rubber strap Tamaki Kusaka Warrior version for free. Two Heart 2 Dungeon Travelers is due out April 30th in Japan. Next up, more than a year ago, we told you that Nihilumbra could be coming to the Vita, but it seemed to have escaped our attention after that. Thanks to PlayStation Lifestyle, we've learned that the game is actually launching on the Vita next week. Posting on their official website, developer Beautifun Games explained that this will be a revised version of the iOS and PC title, and the control scheme, quote, naturally adapts to the PS Vita, end quote, with the touchscreen used to paint the world and using the crosspad to control the titular character, Born. Beautifun said that if you haven't enjoyed Nihilumbra, now is the perfect occasion. Looking at the game, Born has been created from a form of antimatter known as the Void, which also turns out to be the main adversary throughout your experience, relentlessly pursuing Born and destroying anything that gets in its way as it attempts to address the imbalance in the universe. Beautifun described Nihilumbra as, quote, more than your typical platform game, end quote, and the main feature is the ability to modify the environment through the use of color. There are 5 colors to find, and these will each grant you various abilities to change the physics of the world. Different colors may solve puzzles or dispatch enemies depending on how you apply them, and there are often multiple ways to solve a puzzle, and experimenting with the painting adds a creative element to the game. With 5 worlds to encounter, with increasing difficulty, and more surprises in store, including an original soundtrack composed by Alvaro Lafuente, this game certainly looks very interesting, and we can't wait to get our hands on it when it releases next week. It launches on Tuesday for North American owners for €9.99 and Wednesday for European owners for €8.99. Will you guys be picking it up? Let us know what you think of it via email, podcast@thevitalounge.net. Do it. We need more email. And moving on to the next bit of news. Looks like us Westerners will be delving into the experience-developed dungeon RPG this April as the Western localization of Tokyo New World record Operation Abyss, titled Operation Abyss New Tokyo Legacy, is set to launch on April 14th in North America and April 17th in Europe. Available both digitally and physically, Operation Abyss is set in a version of Tokyo from not too far in the future, a place where monsters known as variants keep the city under constant threat, and portals that lead to a mysterious dimension known as the Abyss have emerged. In response to this threat, the government establishes the Code Physics Agency, a unique group of teenagers modified by the Code Physics Agency's code technology. You're put in the role of one of these teenagers, and it is your duty to take on whatever the strange abyss throws at you. They've also released the game's key features, which are as follows. There is a robust customization system. You can recruit and train a unique group of 6 members to venture into the abyss. Customize each member from 1 of 10 discount blood codes. Each member's appearance, class, personality, morality, and stats may be molded to the player's preference. It's an accessible yet deep dungeon crawler. The Labyrinth Dungeons of New Tokyo offer 40 plus hours of dungeon crawling action with traps, secret doors, challenging enemies, and gorgeous art throughout. There is a unique cyberpunk story. Dive into the unique dungeon crawler setting of Operation Abyss and lose yourself in the gorgeous world, featuring real-life locations rendered by Tetsu Kurosawa and Oxygen. A gripping story blends heavy sci-fi elements with a setting to give the game a unique cyberpunk feel. And lastly, if you're interested, they've released the Western box art, which can be viewed on the site. Once again, Operation Abyss New Tokyo Legacy is due out April 14th in North America and April 17th in Europe. Are you
Whoop, whoop.
hyped yet?
I think that's a good enough hype.
Whoop whoop indeed.
All right, that's it, right? That's it?
That is it.
Yeah! There's the news for you people.
There is the news.
Now let's head on to that. Oh!
Yes.
But.
Well, you were throwing to it, but yeah. I'll go back to sleep. You just run the show, Tyler.
All right. Kyle no longer is here for us. It's just the Tyler show. Tyler, what are we going to do next?
I can't do this to the people. I can't do it. It would disappoint them so utterly much if it was just you, Tyler.
Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, no, it wouldn't. I mean, you're awesome, Tyler.
We are not playing Freedom Wars tonight.
You jerk! All right, well, seeing as how we had a little kerfuffle there, let's move on anyway, and I'll move on because Tyler can't be bothered. To the talking points. So, as usual, let's kick into our announced release games that we're looking forward to from the week. What looks good, Tyler?
Hotline Miami 2. I really hope that gets localized, or not localized, but released.
Localize it. Translated from English to English.
Shut up, Kyle. Anyways, I hope the Australians get to play that game. But anyways, I'm excited for that one. Of course, Sword Art Online, Lost Song. I am really excited for that. I'm frustrated that I'm gonna get this game because I still haven't beaten the first one. But Tokuden Kiwami, gah, and it's coming out so soon. I want that. Also, I need to watch the anime more to see if I'll actually get it, but I'm sure that I will because Kyle is really excited for it, and that's Tokyo Ghoul Masquerader. But I want to see footage of it too because, I mean, if the game looks terrible, then, my dreams will be crushed and Kyle's will probably be destroyed. So, yeah, there's that. What is that one game? Digimon Story Cyber Slew. Yes, I want that one. They need to announce a release or a localization for that one. And, there's just... Kyle has a big list. We did I think the last few weeks, Kyle's just listed off all these games, and I'm like, yep, that one, yep, that one, yep, that one. So, Kyle, do it again.
All right, well, actually, there's quite a bit that we talked about this week that I'm interested in. Of course, Senran Kagura Estival Versus, Hotline Miami, as Tyler mentioned, Sword Art Online, Lost Song. I'm kind of interested in Toukiden Kiwami, although I kind of have to go back and finish Toukiden as well. Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, super interested in that one, and really hoping they bring it over, especially after all the attention it's got. Nihilumbra, that looks kind of unique. I'm kind of interested in how that one plays out. I remember looking at it way back when we announced that it was coming, but I haven't had a look since, so I'm gonna have to check that one out again because that one definitely caught my eye back when. And Operation Abyss, New Tokyo Legacy, that one's definitely got my eye now. So, looking forward to that. And of course, as Tyler mentioned, Tokyo Ghoul Masquerader has been announced, and I'm super excited for that. I've been watching the anime, and the second season just started. I think we're now 2 episodes in. It's called Tokyo Ghoul Route A, and it's friggin' awesome. So, yeah, if anyone's out there who likes anime and hasn't watched Tokyo Ghoul, go watch it. It's the bomb. And, yeah, Tyler needs to watch it or I'm going to beat his ass.
I watched the first episode.
Watch it all, Tyler.
I will, don't worry.
Do it! I'm going to have to find a way to take away your Vita until you watch all these awesome shows.
Hey now. Let's not get drastic here.
Gotta do what you gotta do, Tyler.
Well, I've got like 2 others, so I mean, you can
take away all your Vitas.
No! Oh, man.
So I figured out how to make Tyler flip out. Good times. Yeah, I'm sure there's more, but from what we mentioned there this week, those are definitely the ones that I'm looking forward to. As for Tokyo Ghoul and how it's going to turn out, it's being developed by Bandai Namco, so I'm pretty sure we can, say it's going to be at least okay, and then the fact that it's being developed by Bandai Namco means it's going to be probably more than okay. So, I'm not too worried. But anywho, let's move on to our next talking point, which kind of rolls into the talking point after that, but we'll get there. This one is the PlayStation Store top downloads for December 2014. So I'm just going to read these ones off. Of course, we've got a top 10 list for North America and a top 20 list for Europe. So let's get into it. The top 10 for North America in December 2014 is number 1, Minecraft. Number 2, Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. Number 3, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Number 4, Child of Light. Number 5, Terraria. Number 6, Don't Starve Giant Edition. Number 7, Hotline Miami. Number 8 is Freedom Wars. Number 9 is Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. And number 10 is Soul Sacrifice Delta. Moving on to Europe, the top 20 is as follows. Number 1, Minecraft. Number 2, Little Big Planet. Number 3, FIFA 15 Legacy Edition. Number 4, Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. Number 5, the Ratchet & Clank Trilogy. Number 6, Tearaway. Number 7, Ys Memories of Celceta. Number 8, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Number 9, Freedom Wars. Number 10, Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. Number 11, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Number 12, Terraria. Number 13, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. Number 14, Wipeout 2048. Number 15, Child of Light. Number 16, The Walking Dead, The Complete First Season. Number 17, Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Number 18, Uncharted Golden Abyss. Number 19 is Ridge Racer. And number 20 is Virtua Tennis 4 World Tour Edition. So, yeah, looks like Minecraft dominates again. Other than that, what are you thinking about those lists there, Tyler?
Well, it's pretty telling of sales.
Very telling of sales.
But I mean, like usual, the top 10 games are all pretty solid games. Obviously, you wouldn't agree with Minecraft, but or Terraria, but there's some awesome games there, and I think I own all of them. I think. Hold on. North America, yeah. Yes, I own every game in the top 10. In Europe, I don't own FIFA 15, and I don't own Ridge Racer.
Boo!
I know. And Metal Gear Solid. Those are the only games I don't own. But yeah,
Holy.
I mean, it's a good list.
This guy's got lots of games. I got lots of games, but I don't cover these entire lists almost. So.
Oh, and Ratchet & Clank Trilogy. I don't have that.
Yeah. Alright, well, looks like those lists are, pretty good. I mean, you can see, obviously, they are affected by sales. Some of these games definitely wouldn't be on these lists if it wasn't for sales. And some of these games shouldn't be on these lists at all. FIFA 15 Legacy Edition, I'm looking at you. I can deal with Minecraft being on the list, because at least Minecraft is a game that I can understand people liking it, even though I don't like it, because it's the same thing as Lego, and I understand liking Lego. It's just digital, so that makes sense to me. But a broken game, FIFA 15 Legacy Edition, no. Just no. Yeah. So, some decent lists here. Definitely affected by sales, as we said. But, if you're looking for something to buy, that's always a good indicator of some good games that people are playing. With that, let's move on to something kind of similar. We have the PlayStation Store 2014 bestseller lists. So, along with December, we get the full picture for 2014, and as I said earlier, number 1 in North America is Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. So
woo! Good job.
So I thought that was pretty awesome, and I'm thinking that that's definitely a sign that we're going to get Lost Song, because who wouldn't support the people who are supporting this awesome game? But anywho, let's crack down on these lists and get to it. First up is the North America Top 10 of 2014, and they are as follows. Number 1 is Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. Number 2 is Minecraft. Number 3 is Killzone Mercenary. Number 4 is Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z. Number 5 is Final Fantasy XX2 HD Remaster. Number 6 is Terraria. Number 7 is Need for Speed Most Wanted. Number 8 is The Walking Dead The Complete First Season. Number 9 is Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. And number 10, for some reason I completely don't understand, is Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate.
I think there's a lot of sales throughout the whole year.
There must have been, and it must have been a sale where they give you money to take the game away, because that's the only way I'd be buying it. Alright, moving on to Europe's top 20 of 2014, we have 1 is Minecraft, 2 is Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, 3 is The Walking Dead The Complete First Season, 4 is Terraria, 5 is Need for Speed Most Wanted, 6 is Final Fantasy XX2 HD Remaster, 7 is The Walking Dead Season 2, 8 is Killzone Mercenary, 9 is Little Big Planet, 10 is Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, 11 is Real Boxing, 12 is Borderlands 2, 13 is Dead Nation, 14 is Hotline Miami, 15 is Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, 16 Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, 17 is FIFA 14, 18 is Ollie Ollie, 19 is Tearaway, and number 20 is Motorstorm RC. So it looks like a lot of crossover, I guess we'll call it, between those lists. I mean, pretty much everything that's on the North American top 10 there makes it into the European top 20, other than it looks like the Injustice game and Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. So I guess that's pretty consistent. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And I think the difference between Sword Art Online in North America and Europe is the release date difference. Wasn't it pretty big?
No, it was the next day.
Oh, well, I'll edit that out. No. I guess us North American users are more interested in Sword Art Online.
I think it might have something to do with, and I'm not sure because I didn't look into this super hard, but the localization. I don't know how many localization languages that it got, pushed to with text. Like, I mean, it's only text, right? They didn't localize voice,
right?
But I don't know which languages they went to, and that kind of might have been a factor, especially over in Europe, because not everybody speaks English, and even if they do, that's not the greatest English. So, yeah, I'm thinking that might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yep. But yeah, I'm glad to see it in the top 10 regardless, but yeah, it should have been closer to 1.
But there's some good games in front of it.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. I'm okay with Killzone Mercenary being in front of it. As good of a game that is. All right, so that's it, I think, for talking points, unless you've got something, Tyler, that I forgot.
Not that I can think of.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to listener mail then. So 2 listener mails this week, not too much. So let's just jump in. Both of these are from Twitter, and the first one is from Nonscapo. I'm just kind of guessing at the pronunciation of that, and it's at NONSCPO on Twitter, and they say, with the new 3DS not being sold with a charger, could Sony win over handheld gamers at its launch through any quick PR stunts? What do you think, Tyler?
Sadly, I'd say no, because people that are going to get a new 3DS are most likely already have a 3DS and will have the charger they can use for it. I mean, it's still pretty pathetic that they're not going to give a charger away, but I don't think there's anything they can really do, and I don't think Sony is going to care to try to do anything. All
right, well, do you, I actually have no idea because, like I said a whole bunch of times this week to different people, I'm thinking about getting rid of my 3DS because it's sitting in the corner with dust on it. So I'm not quite in the know, but does the old 3DS and the new 3DS have the same charger?
Yes.
That's confirmed?
Yes.
All right, so that's not that big of a deal then, I guess, because I mean, as you said, I think a lot of the people that are getting the new 3DS are probably going to have an old 3DS or have had an old 3DS, so they're probably going to have a charger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not seeing that as kind of a big deal. I mean, it sucks to not have a charger coming with your system, but I've seen worse.
Yeah.
As for could Sony win over handheld gamers at its launch through any quick PR stunts, they could. Will they? I doubt it. Pretty much anything Sony does with PR regarding Vita would garner some sort of response from people buying Vitas. I mean, they don't really promote the Vita a whole lot aside from, the posts on the PlayStation blog that say this game is coming and that game is coming, and maybe a quick mention here or there. They don't really promote it. There's not a lot of Vita commercials or, advertisements with Vita in them, so
Yeah.
anything they do, I think, would garner some sort of, retail response. However, I don't think they will, just because that's Sony. And they haven't so far.
Yeah. I think the only thing they could really do that would be funny as hell to me is if they're like, during the week of they wouldn't say the new 3DS launching, but they'd say the week of blank whenever the 3DS is launching. Vitas will be sold for $100 or something like that. Just a ridiculous price drop for that week. Or like they send people that work for PlayStation to go into GameStops and maybe Walmarts and just like stand there and be like, hey, guess what? Vitas are $100. Also, we're giving you a free memory card if you buy one now. So all the people walking in to get their new 3DS is like, what? Really? So
that would be cool. I agree.
It'd be awesome, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree. Just saying that though kind of put an idea into my head, and it's kind of a definite dig, and it would be an obvious dig at Nintendo for doing that, but it would be funny, and it would actually probably sell units. During the week of the new 3DS launch, they should have set it up so that Vitas are on sale, but not only are they on sale, they come with an extra charging cable. Now that would have been funny.
Yeah, that could work. Kyle, we just need to buy a whole stock of all these things. We need to be rich and just do this on our own.
Yeah, I know. We could do so much good for the Vita, but we don't have the money or the influence to do so.
Yeah. Well, we do what we can.
Yes, we do. We definitely do what we can. Yeah, so I think that hopefully answers your question, non-skippo. Tweet us back if not, and give us your thoughts maybe. We always like to hear what you guys think. So moving on to our last listener mail, we've got a message here from Alberto Marcillo. He's AM Gamer on Twitter, and that's at Alberto Marcillo, AlbertoMarcillo. And he says, have you guys heard any word on Final Fantasy X2 HD for the Vita? And if not, do you think it's in development?
I have not heard anything. And do I think it's in development? I don't know. I think it depends on how well Final Fantasy 10 did on the Vita and PS3, which I think it probably did pretty well on the PS3. I don't really know about the Vita, but you never know. Fingers crossed.
Alright, so have I heard any word on it? No. Do I think it's in development? No. So I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm not thinking that they're going to be making another Final Fantasy game for the Vita. Just based on kind of where we are in the market right now and just all the different factors factoring in, I don't think that they're going to kind of just start development on something like that, such a big kind of porting project, or enhanced porting project, whatever they would kind of do it as at this point in the game. And pretty much unless they had started it way back, I don't see it ever hitting Vita. So yeah, sorry to burst your bubble.
Yep, that's at Teflon Tactics.
Yeah,
at Teflon Tactics.
you can bitch at me at Teflon Tactics. I don't care. But yeah, I don't see it coming. And if Square Enix wants to correct me on that, they can go ahead.